Good morning, track fans, and we are live from Malta. Yes, you can see the stunning backdrop in the background, and we are here. Everyone has been on it since 7 a.m. UK time. Actually, 8:30 here. I'm loving life. I've had a lay-in, so that's not bad because I was, as discussed in the chat, owning the dance floor last night. Bit of that, a bit of, you know what I'm like. Gonna have a little shakedown, like boogie. It's awesome stuff. So thank you ever so much, everyone in the chat, for your company so far. I'm sure we're going to rack up some numbers. Don't know how long I'm going to last, but we're going to go for gold and broke anyway, because that's how we roll. All or nothing, everyone. If you're not going to do it, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. That's what I say. Yes, mate. It's not bad in the background. If I wasn't balancing my camera on the ironing board at the end of the balcony, because I had no space for the tripod to bring, then I would give you a little whip over the balcony. I'll do it before we finish so you can have a little look at my view. It is stunning here. Lovely little island called Malta. I mean, it's somewhere sort of between Africa, like Libya, Italy, and somewhere else. No idea. But they speak Maltese here. It's a fabulous place. I haven't even bothered looking for a slot car club. I mean, if you look around the place, I'll be hard pushed to find one here, I think. And anyway, if you recollect back to March when I was in Belgrade looking for a slot car club, which is an international cosmopolitan city, and they didn't have one, I highly doubt these guys have got one. But I will be happy to stand corrected. Absolutely stand corrected if they've got one, because I'll be going finding it. So here we go. Quick shout out to the younger track fans out there, because I know you're all up. Time here is 8:30, as Daz picked up. I've had a lay-in for an hour, which is awesome. So Albert, Wilf, good morning. Elliot, Lewis, Richards, good morning, guys. How you doing? Cameron, Ruben, Jacob, racers in the house. Leighton and Isabel, racers in the house. Good morning, guys. I hope you're well. Are you off racing today? Let me know in the comments. Be good to show you some support on that. Amazing. And then, of course, young Charlie from Kettering. Good morning, mate. I hope you're well. I keep missing him at the club. I'm going alternative weeks to the club at the moment. Well, I haven't been for about 3 weeks, which, you know, last week was thanks to Ian and Doug and Tim over at the fantastic Think Scalextric and Magnetic Racing. So I was down at Goodwood. As you know, we had a one-time only Monday slot car sessions because there was no chance on the Sunday. I just couldn't speak. I had no voice. Imagine that. Mrs. Brown had a full day off. But not today. She sleeps 2 doors down. I'm on the balcony, so I don't wake her up. And then I get a nice day on the beach later without any kind of, I'm tired because of you and your track fans. Brilliant stuff. But no, Goodwood was amazing. As I said on Monday, I probably didn't articulate it as excitably as I wanted to because I'm still struggling. But it was awesome, and I will try my hardest to get a little medley of what I saw over for next week's show. On that note, right, so next week, well, I'll deal with this now, the elephant in the room, and I'll deal with it at the end of the show as well. I worked out that I've been here every Sunday, 7:30 is sharp, for 7 months. So next weekend, because I've got a big 40th birthday, I can't believe that she's 40 and we're all like late 40s, but she's got 40th birthday up in Liverpool, which is where I grew up. I'm heading up there for a bit of a shakedown on the dance floor again. And I know that I won't get in till 3 a.m. So next week, it's all right with you, ledges. I'm going to take the week off. So just give you all a break from the mayhem. Give you a chance to get back to church, because I know you've ditched church since the Sunday slot car sessions. Slot car religion has been taking place since March. I know you've done that. It's good to have a bit of faith. So we're having next weekend off. Unless somebody wants to take the show on as a special guest and run the show, more than happy to bring in a host to do it. Maybe a Rahul and Travis double act or something on the Sunday slot car sessions. That would be quite interesting. But I personally am going to take the week off, and I hope you can make it through 2 weeks without the mayhem. Yeah, so there you go. And incidentally, Wednesday, Wired on Wednesday as well this week will be no show, purely because I'm going to be in the air, and I just won't be there to do what we do regularly in our members meetings on Wednesdays. But, you know, hey, this will see us up till Christmas. Boosh! And then we'll be talking about all things slot cars up until then. Thank you, Daz. Appreciate it. Right, so you are watching Pete Brown Sunday Slot Car Sessions on Track Fans TV. Bar next week, every week on Sundays. You can find us here. I've been trying to get that intro in for weeks and I always forget. So I hope that went famously smooth. And there you go. So tuning in from all around the world. We've got loads of people coming in, going on. We've got from the top. Oh, where do I start? I'm not going to go back to, we were having a chat pre-session in the chat. So it's always a good place to get limbered up and warmed up for some slot car action. There's been some great slot car activity out there, I tell you. One thing I noticed is if you ain't got a club near you, set a club up. So Adrian Rolfe in the chat, Aid, he's been having a few slot car sessions on his track, which is massive. And fair play to you, Aid. Fair play, mate. I know that Daz and Cozzy 118 BMK was round there yesterday having a session. And I saw the lap times. They are looking good. They are quick times. You know, sub 5 seconds to get round Aid's track. All of them. Brilliant. Brilliant effort. And, you know, it's good to see tuning tips are coming into force. They're helping because some of those times are really good. Well done, guys. That was fantastic. So good morning, top of the tree. Rahul, Conquest Racing Club is here. We're going to have a look at something Rahul's produced a bit later. It's going to make us all salivate with envy, but in a nice way, you know, in a nice way. We love it. So that is good. So what have we got? So let's get into the chat from when the show started, I think, because there was a hell of a lot going on before it started. So here we go. Right. Start with you, Carlos. Hello, Carl. Good morning. Carl's in from Liverpool. I'll be up your neck of the woods later next week, mate. I'll be over in Wallasey, Leasold Castle. So Leasold Castle for me, mate. I'll be talking like that when I get back. 2 minutes in a room with my pals. I lose this accent and become like a Scouser again. But it's not a bad thing. Always got time for Liverpool, Wallasey, the Northwest, the Merseyside. Love it, guys. Absolute place to be. And I support Liverpool Football Club. So, you know, got to get that in. Boosh. And Tramia. Good morning, Aid. Good morning, Rob. Hello. He's shouting out to the other track fans. That is excellent. Daity's in the house. Brilliant. It's about like the middle of the twilight hour for him. And Rahul. They're both hanging in. And Rahul's actually got a session at 8 o'clock this morning, which in our language is about 4 hours time. So fair play to you, Rahul, mate. I know it's a big pill to swallow staying on for these lives, but you the man. You're much better than me because I can only just make like maybe 5 minutes of yours, and I'm like, awesome. But yeah, Daity, DNA, Sasha and Daity, father and daughter duo. Good to have you on board. And tune in later because we've got a video podcast coming out where I got together with Sasha and Daity, and we were chewing the fat. And, you know, being of an Irish descendant, Daity can chat the hind legs off a donkey, and so can I. So we just started having a chat, and before you knew it, a whole rake of time had gone past. But looking back, we covered some great stuff. So if you want to scratch the surface of what they're about, we really got down to it. And it was a great thing to see. Shared a lot with us. So I'm really looking forward to that later day. Anyone watching UK time around 5:45, anyone around Texas time, it's 11:45 a.m. So we're all going to be in my live stream for the chat. They're going simultaneously. So if you're watching our chat, definitely leave a comment in theirs. I will be. It's going to be another session to have good fun. On the note of live streams as well, I just saw a snippet of it the other day, but I do believe old Kennedy's under the weather again. So some autoimmune disease. So Dave, from our community to yours, general community, we wish you well, my friend. I hope you get better. Autoimmune disease on top of what you had is a bit of a tough pill to swallow. And, you know, my only advice to you is to stay away from meds and go for a more holistic approach. I mean, tell me to do one if you've already got a plan, but this would be my advice to you is you need to make some changes to your lifestyle, maybe a better diet, more organic food, more free-range food. 75% vegetables on your plate is always a winning solution for everyone. And you can get some fun veg as well, by the way. It doesn't have to just be rabbit food. You can get some quite interesting stuff. Put some spices in there or some herbs, knock it up. It's like beautiful. And also exercise. Everyone should exercise. I'm not talking do the Travis and go down the gym and get ripped. I'm talking a 10-minute walk after any bigger meal, like lunch or dinner, quick 10-minute round the block, gets that metabolism going, gets those endorphins working, breaks down the food, gets your system circulating. That will be your biggest defense against autoimmune, Dave. So from us lot to your lot, all the best, mate. I wish you all the best. So yeah, covered my week off and brilliant. So anyway, what's been going on, everyone? Let's check out the chat. So yeah, he and I and Sasha will be live at 5. Hold on. I'm on the waters. I had 2 coffees already. There was a sweepstake going in the chat that I'd be on 3 coffees by the time we got it. But I literally said, if I do 3 coffees, I will live in the toilet for the next 3 hours. Getting older. Getting older. Ruben is in the house with his dad, Andy. Good morning. Realistically, it's probably Andy. He's up. We're all parents. When the kids grow older, they start to lay in. They start to sleep all morning. And we're still scarred from when they were younger, like at 6 a.m., like ready for the day. Fantastic. So good morning, Paul. Paul's out to work in a bit. There is no stopping this guy. And if you're not tuned into Stock Car 2021, I know there's a lot of channels going on at the moment. Get over there and subscribe to him and see him. He's just done a decent review on his Revo slots, and he's got a couple of new videos coming out soon. I've seen some sneak previews, and they are looking good as well. He's starting to work with his son, legend, little legend. So good morning, Paul's son. How you doing, fella? Leo. Yeah, he's Leo. Paul, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Good morning, De Fingers. Here he is. He's just come back from his workroom, building a table extension for his track. If you want to know what that track is looking like, stay tuned to Sunday Slot Car Sessions here on Track Fans TV, because we're going to be having a look at that a bit later. So far, so good. If you like what you see, do us a favor, smash the like button, and we'll crack on with the comments. Good morning, Daz. He's here. He's rocking. We'll get a bit more from Daz and Aid a bit later. Oh, Rahul, here we go. Yes, thank you, mate. It is dedication doing 7 months straight on the live stream on Sundays at 7:30 in the morning. But hey, it's like I say, I'm always awake because I'm scarred from having kids. What else am I going to do? So let's do it. Let's have our club. Because I'm sort of went through a phase where it's the live stream. And then it becomes sort of like the Slot Car Community Centre. And now I just think it's the Sunday Slot Car Club, you know, because we are out. This is where we hang out with our pals that you can say grub screw to. And they go, oh, yeah, a 2 or a 5, a 3, 2, 3 or 5 mil. Not, what's a grub screw? It's like, come on. And if you don't know what a grub screw is, it's the little bits that help you with putting your wheels on a car, doing your motor pod adjustment, doing your front ride height, If you want a little bit more elaboration, come join us on Wednesdays. You will be up to speed in a heartbeat. It all gets explained at your pace because it's stripped back, laid back. It's none of this high voltage, high energy stuff. We are there to learn slot car stuff. Amazing. Yeah, live from Malta, baby. It is 8:45 this morning, Carl. And no, I wanted to do it. I was at the wedding last night as I was chatting to the guys in the chat before we started, owning the dance floor. They had a live band, and I'm a big fan of live music. Real big fan of live music because you just, you can throw in little medleys into the set. It's not so clinical. You can give shout outs to people who are rocking the dance floor. It was just a great wedding, beautiful setting. It was about half an hour away from here. There's this massive castle on the hill, and they had the wedding with the castle in the backdrop. I actually got sunburn on my legs from sitting in the sun, but it was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Natalie and Bailey, what a day, what a party. They are from Manchester, so they know how to put on a party. And thank you ever so much. I don't know if Bailey still watches these sessions. He used to, but thank you very much. They are actually probably still out on the strip partying. We come back at 12 when the wedding sort of finished. And it said in here in Malta this week, I'm not sure. It's not my thing to look into, but it is Pride Week and for LGBT. Q, so you've got a sea of rainbows running around here. I won't be controversial. They've done well over the last 40 years to be appreciated and respected, and I do. So we've got Euro Pride going on here. So it's not just Maltese Pride, it is the whole of Europe Pride here. So very endearing to see, a lot of openness. And apparently Christina Aguilera was in town last night shaking stuff. But we were just like, nah, we've killed the dance floor tonight, so we are going to sleep. Whereas everyone else was going out on the strip partying. So we're going to get to the beach later and see what they're all about. I love it. I do love taking the mickey out of people who are worse for wear. It's cruel, but they put themselves in the position. Good morning, De Fingers. We're going to have a little look at a before and after with you later. Good morning, Rob. Rob is in the house. Mr. Sale has just produced a short video this week. So if you haven't seen Rob's short video this week, fly over there and see that. I love a bit of vintage. I'm saying no more. Yes, Tara is in the house. Good morning, Tara. And when Steve wakes up later, say good morning for me. Tara is our resident, along with Dick, our resident scenery and figure producing geniuses is the best word I can put it. Did a little video podcast with Tara. Was it last week or the week before? I'm not sure, but go and check that out because some of the things that she shares with us, the tips of the trade, tips and tricks of the trade, absolutely full on. You just can't Google that stuff that she shared with us. So I really appreciate that. The den aid, I burnt it down and I've come to Malta. Now I'm in Malta for a wedding. The wedding was last night. We're here. What day is it? It's Sunday today, isn't it? Of course, because we're on Sunday slot car sessions, everyone. I can set my clock by it now. Aid, we did a wedding and a few days afterwards, mainly because that's when the flights run. If I had my way, I'd have been in and out in 2 days. And Lionel is in the house. Lionel, good morning. Good morning, George. George, my apologies, my friend. I missed you out on my list earlier, being a young track fan. How embarrassing. But George, good morning, mate. How are you getting on with that super van that you won in the competition a few weeks ago? That is a fast car. That's the Scalextric Mr. Bean bundle or Mr. Bean super van. It's the Reliant van. I was going to say Robin Reliant then, but I think that's due on the car. If you haven't seen the review on that Scalextric bundle, that was a whole heap of fun. So I did part 1 of the review, loved it, looked at the cars, and then we did part 2, which is how you should do a review. You should get kids involved because kids have no filter with the cost of the cars or the breakability of the cars. Kids look at the fun aspect of it, like as Rahul passed comment, he just loved the bit where Wilf owned and destroyed the Dunlop Bridge on the track with the Mr. Bean car. So if you want to see like the bridge being absolutely destroyed by a 4-year-old, go and watch that, because that is just a barrel of fun, mate. It is literally the best thing ever. Good morning, Pat. How you doing? Good to have you in the room, mate. Good. Oh, actually, well reminded. I'm meeting up with Lee on Thursday this week. So anyone not familiar with Lee? A YouTuber, fellow YouTuber, Lee's Slot Cars. He is a great guy. He's recovering from a serious injury. Not injury. He had the cancer. Not only the cancer, but the cancer, the highest order. Oh, mate. And that was what he's come through. I can't even, you know, where sometimes you try and empathize with people, you put yourself in their shoes, think about how it feels, how it looks, what it would be like. I can't do that. For what he's been through, I can't do that. He's truly a remarkable character. Although we've only been messaging for about a month, I'd like to call him my friend. He's just genuinely a lovely guy. So I'm meeting up with him, Pat. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? So that's going to be a whole heap of fun on Thursday. I believe he's doing a road trip over to mine because we only live 12 miles apart. Like, what a gift. So he's coming over and we're going to have a look at tracks and cars and we're going to have a whole heap of fun. So, of course, we might hit record. I'll see how he's feeling first, and then we'll have a banter. All right, then, let's go. Yes! Do you know what? Cameron is in the house. How you doing, Cameron? And your dad, Simon, of course. Now, I was only thinking this morning when I was writing out my my notes, I was thinking, do you know what? I haven't really seen much of Cameron recently. Now, is Cameron growing up and sleeping in and then coming on later? I don't know. But nice to have you on board, buddy. I hope you're well. I hope you're keeping well and giving your dad a good old run for his money. Well done, my friend. Are you going up to Great Bar each week still? And what are you racing at the moment, Cameron? And what are you tuning up? Because Cameron, albeit is like this big, can't remember how old you are exactly, whether it's 10, 9, 10, possibly. No, I don't think you're quite 11 yet. But anyway, I had it on authority that Cameron is not only, tinkering with the cars, he's soldering stuff and getting performance out of cars. Mate, yes, Cameron. Yeah, I'm making an example of us all. So good to have you on board again, my friend. I'm a happy holiday for a few days, loving it. As you can see in the background, the sun is sort of due to come up in a bit and it is already, woo! So I'll be slipping out of this attire in a bit and getting into a shirt, a little bit more airy. Oh, man, I sound like a 900-year-old. Brilliant. Let's go. Oh, mate, Lionel, don't you worry about that, my friend. If you're someone like Tony Tibbetts, you'll watch this over supper. Only kidding, Tony. Good morning to you, mate. Later or good afternoon when you watch this back. Brilliant. So, no, nice to have you on board again, Cam. It's good to see you. Oh, Cam, tune in. I'm off next weekend, brother. But the weekend after, I'm going to have a little medley of my time at Goodwood. So when you shared your Le Mans experience with us, that was like next level, Cam. I'm going to share my experience at Goodwood. So I did get to see some of the GT40s and some Can-Am style cars on the end part of their race. And I've listened to it back now with my headphones on. Oh, those engines. So in 2 weeks when you watch the show, make sure you are hooked up to a stereo, bass bin, speakers, like on the start of Back to the Future, where he rigs up that massive speaker and then yanks his guitar and gets blown through the wall. get a system like that ready for the show, because you want to hear these cars in full effect. Oh, breathtaking. Breathtaking. Yeah, Pat, that's it. Come on. Rob DeLeon is in the house. Welcome to the DeLeon. Love it. So, hey, Rob, that video of yours, hashtag our slot cars back, viral. I've never seen a video go viral in our hobby like that, mate. That, utter genius. That is the sort of stuff that if you're into content creation and producing videos for fun like some of us are, that, mate, is the ultimate compliment to a damn good video. A damn good video. I think I've watched it 3 times now. If you don't know what I'm talking about, tune into our video podcast later. It's 5:45 UK time. I don't know, 11:45 or somewhere around that kind of time over the pond. Down under, I think it's going to be something like 4 a.m. No, 6 a.m. So Dick will watch it, because Dick's getting old, and old people start waking up early all the time, mainly to use the toilet. So yeah, tune into that, because we actually give you a shout out on there, Rob, and we put your video up and stuff. So hopefully a few more people can, if there's anyone left that hasn't seen it, we'll be able to tune into that. But we're all starting to use a hashtag now. Hashtag slot cars are back. So if you're doing stuff on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, on I don't know what else, YouTube, if you use the hashtag slot cars are back, it's growing quite nicely. Because last week when I used it for the first time, when you do it on YouTube, you hover over it and it says under it how many videos are out there using this hashtag, and there was 150 something videos. I did it last night yesterday when setting up this stream. Oh my goodness, 230. So momentum is growing for it. And if you put that on your video or on your post, you will get people who are like-minded looking at that. So it's great for ensuring people are sharing it. Hold on a second, who we got here? Track fans! Yes, Dave is in the house. Good morning, Dave. How are you doing? So just mentioned you earlier. What did I mention you earlier for? I don't know. It was some idle banter in the comments. It was pre the session. So I can't remember. I think it was something to do about when we were chatting about the Prodigy. Brilliant. Yes, some hellos going in for Dave here. Slotar, he's getting it in there. Dave is in the shed because, you know, he is probably working on something as we speak for our viewing pleasure. If you didn't catch part 1 of the Legends, go and see that. I'm not sure if part 2 is out, because I mean, when you come out with Natalie and Bailey, Bailey's big on scheduling. So from the moment we landed at 11 a.m. on Friday, we had 2 hours here in the apartment. Then we was over to a big dinner, get to know everyone before the wedding. Back home at 11 o'clock, up the next day, out for a bit of breakfast and straight to the wedding. And here I am. Today is the first little bit of holiday I suppose we're getting. So I haven't seen if you've launched a video yesterday, Dave. So if you let us know when the next one is coming in hot, be most appreciated. Yes, airbrush kit, brilliant. So I think we might have another video. Oh, okay. So here we go. There's some comments here. I'm just catching up with you guys. If you've just tuned in, if you're sort of late to the, not late to the party, if you've just arrived to the party, you're watching Pete here at Track Fans TV every Sunday, except next week for Sunday slot car sessions. And comments are based on the back of me announcing that I'm having a week off next week because I've done 7 straight months of every Sunday at 7:30, and I'll do it all again. Well, I will do it all again in a heartbeat, as you'll see following next weekend. So 2 weeks back in the room. Good morning, Bo. How are you doing, my friend? Good to have you on board. Lovely job. Thank you, John. I most appreciated. Yeah, day off. I don't know what I'm going to do. I will still wake up at like 6, 7, because do that. I'll just probably, I don't know. If I can get some co-hosts to come in and run the show, that could be interesting, like I said earlier at the start. So I'll have a chat to a couple of people and see if anyone wants to do a bit of a collaboration or run the show. I'm quite happy to hand over the reins just to see how that would work. That could be, good day, Reese. How you doing? Good to have you on board. Rob is in the house. If you're not tuned in to Rob, go and hit his subscribe button, Rob Sales Slot Cars. And while you do it, run round to Dave at Slotars as well, and then Paul at Slot Car 2021. Can't stop giving a shout out to my pals because they are doing good stuff. RCDC in the house. Man, that's good. I read that properly. I almost broke into a bit of air guitar in there. Dun, 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 dun. I'll probably get copyrighted now. Where are we up to? Oh, I tell you, I'm grinning. I love these sessions. I love our club that we've got. Such a brilliant community. Like ear to ear smiles every Sunday. And then, just as I'm like grinning, these boys turn up and are literally off the chart fun with Think Scalextric and magnetic racing. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about one of the commissions that you're working on. Where's my phone? Hang on a second. I'm just going to type in our WhatsApp group, guys. Right, so I've just put something in our WhatsApp group there. Ian Dodd Tim. Am I allowed to maybe not mention the brand that you're building the track for, but mention the concept of it? Because I think it is a really, really great idea and I'd love to share that. So I'll keep an eye on that in a second. Aha, Ian, it is Ian in the house. What do we like? He just sent us all a picture yesterday of him hanging out at a very well-known steak restaurant. That led to some great banter. Brilliant. Oh, okay, so he's setting up a gig. He is working today. Where are you working, mate? Are you local or are you somewhere? He's been over Liverpool. He's been Belfast. He's been down to a couple of F1 teams. You are not in Singapore. Tell me you're not in Singapore right now setting up a track. That would be immense. Yeah, Aid, I've got, Daz and Aid, I've got to try and get up there. I've just not got a car, and at the moment it's tricky because, believe it or not, Nottingham is not on my train line. My train line sort of goes like that towards Birmingham via Coventry. It doesn't go up to where you guys are in Nottingham and Derbyshire, unless I hook it over to Wellingborough, but that's like 20 minutes away, and I ain't got a car to get there. So I will work it out, and what we'll do is, if you're doing this like on a monthly basis or something like that, then I'll try and plan it with the bread knife to borrow her car. All right, DNA, Daihi, why would you lower the tone? Why on, I'm not a blasphemer, but why on God's earth would you put that in the comments? I mean, you're running the risk of being put in the sin bin and blocked for 10 minutes at this rate. So, kids, if you're watching this, sorry about Daihi's language. I'll have a word with him off camera about swearing like that on the telly. Man, can't even say it. So, if anyone doesn't know what that means, it's an absolute disgrace is what that means. So we'll get onto some slides in a minute. We do work our way down here. Good morning, Vern. How you doing, fella? Good morning, Arnie from Beverly. I love it. Yeah, we've covered the dentist chair before over there. Brilliant. Oh, yes. Rahul's got his live stream tomorrow. So if you don't know what that's all about, Rahul gets together with the Slot Avengers, which is, I'm going to Forgive me if I miss someone, but it's Rahul. It's Marty from Two Lines. It's George from Area 51. I started to get to know George a little bit in the last couple of weeks. I really like George. He's a great guy, and he's very similar in our outlooks to various situations, people, formats of thinking. Great guy. So Rahul, Marty, George. You got Shotgun Dave, who's a legend in his own right. We got Dick from Danny from Dick's Stock Car Garage. You've got Harry from HRW, needs no introduction. Help me out if I've just missed someone. I think I've got you all there. If I've missed someone, forgive me. I will come to the chat in a minute where Rahul picks me up, and I'll give you a shout out there. Yeah, you don't need no Red Bull. That's full of sugar, man. Sugar's going to rot your teeth and cost you a fortune in a dentist. Look at them pearly white. I've got more enamel here. I tell you what, right? I'm never going over to where they go game hunting, because they'll turn the sights on me with this amount of ivory. Right, let's keep up with this now. I'm starting to slip away. Dick is in the house. Yes, Dick. Good morning, my friend. DG Raceways just launched his YouTube channel. Really complimented last week, because not only did I mention it and he got some support, Rahul really championed it on his live stream that we were just talking about, and made it his channel of the week. So spot on recognition there, Rahul, because Dick is one that I have got all sorts of alarms set up for on YouTube. Dick, you can't leave the front door without us knowing about it now. I'm really looking forward to when your next content comes out. I will in a minute when we finish the stream. Let me write it down. I will email you over that video that we did for the hedges. Email hedges. So there you go. Right, it's on my radar now. I'll get that set up as soon as we're finished here. So you've got that ahead of whenever you want to do it. Bo, lovely. I am in Malta, my friend. I know, yeah. It's a far cry from the basement bunker. I'm in Malta. Down here, you can see in the background, is the region of St. Julian's, as you read it on paper. St. Julian's. It's northwest of the island. Absolutely lovely. There's no windows here. They didn't get the Pete might jump off the balcony. Anyone listening, do not do that. Okay? It's a joke. No one jump off balconies. You have to watch yourself on these things, because people sometimes might take you at face value and try it out. I will not be doing any of that business. Okay, skip through a bit, see who else is in here. Yes, Dave, you metal maggots. Funny. That is funny. Yeah, Daihi, you don't have to dig yourself in a hole sometimes. Brilliant. Morning, Bo. I think we might be now. Oh, good morning. I've said good morning. No, Steve's scratching it till 1 o'clock. So this is where Tara gets a lot of her detail painting done whilst a fella sleeps. Oh, this is what it's about. This is why I do it. I mean, this makes me so happy. So after we did the podcast, Tara and I, it was great sport, really, really opened up and shared the insights of what she does. No holds barred. She just tells you everything and opens the door for you to contact her either through Facebook or directly via her eBay stores. And she will help you. She is a lovely lady, always willing to share, and loves winding me up. But I like it, Tara. I'm getting used to it now. There you go. So Daihi's been in contact about getting some figures done. Tara shared the link to where she gets her brushes from. And Rahul, he lives like we are, very similar in our outlook of doing things. Where applicable, right? And young track fans adopt this mindset. If you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. All right, go big or go home. Get whatever you're doing, throw yourself into that 100% and live the moment, live the experience, because like a few people that we've discussed are going through a bit of a hard time. You will need every bit of feel good that you can get. Love it. Absolutely brilliant. Uncle Hemingway, welcome aboard, my friend. I don't know whether you've been sitting in the wings watching this, but it's the first time I've noticed you in the chat. So welcome aboard, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Rob, how you doing? Good morning. There she is. So, okay. Off out for a live stream, narrow gauge. Right, okay. How was the club on Friday? Rob here is on the screen. Is literally, she's a lady that can race. And I'm not talking race. I'm talking next level racing. So she's probably going, oh, stop it, Pete. But no, credit where credit's due, Rob. You are literally amazing. And when I grow up, I'm going to be as quick as you. In my wildest dreams. No, she's really good. So thanks for tuning in briefly, Rob. Most appreciated. And I am definitely 100% no holds barred going to be up rocking him this week. I've worked out I've missed the last 3 weeks. It pains me. But I'll be there. Can't wait. It'll be like learning again. It's always like learning to me. Okay, let's keep up with this. Oh, you are joking, Lionel. George is still in bed, sleeping it out. Okay, guys, Lionel has got a track question, so I'll have a go at answering this. And then, right, but feel free to help him out with different technical issues. What you've got there, Lionel, is you've answered your own question a little bit. So you're getting intermittent power faults, it's known as. He's running a Scalextric track, just in case anyone wants to jump in on that. So what you could do is you could do a couple of things. The obvious one is change the piece of track, which I think you've done there. No, you haven't done there. So change the bit of track. Basically what you've got is you've got a dodgy terminal connector. The little lugs that go from the positive to minus on the track connections, one of them isn't touching the previous track. So where you say 1 minute it's okay and the next minute it's not, is because you're probably gone, oh, it's dropped power, give the track a little shake, and then it's okay. And then 5 minutes later, it's dropped power again. I don't know if that sounds familiar, but that's something that I used to have quite a bit of. So you've got a number of options. You can firstly replace the piece of track. That's that's going to cost money. That's expensive option. Then you've got what Adrian Rolfe taught me to do, which was splice your positive. So where you've got a little bit of metal on the positive that joins into the negative, just open it up slightly, splice it, so that as you put it in, it gets contact to the negative terminal. So that's an option. And then a third option from me would be to get a little link up piece of conduit. So you can get them on Pendle, which is the go-to UK supplier for slot car stuff. Really like the guys, Sean and Nick at Pendle, ever so helpful. They're both racers and car builders, so it's not just buying from a shop, it's buying from experience, and they will help you. They always help you. Don't be impatient with them. They will answer your questions, and they will give you a little bit. I can't remember the actual terminology for it, but they're like little bits of metal, a bit like bushes, and it joins under the track, but it links the metal to metal, so you get a constant power loop. So they're my ideas. Guys, gals, feel free to jump in and help Lionel out on that one, please. The track fan, we're a club here, community. Let's show the silent members what it's about, and if you've got an issue with your track or your cars or anything, that you can put the question in here, and we are going to help you. Morning, Soko. How you doing? Soko. I'm going to go with Soko. Aha, there you go. That's the terminology I was looking for. Power taps. So good. Oh, mate, don't even go there with mosquitoes. I got a bite on my ankle. It's like a balloon. So painful. Oh, I love it. Competition winner. George entered the competition. I'd say Lionel, but it was George really. And he's loving his car. Yeah, great. Good. I'm glad to see you jumped way ahead of me. You're already on it. And loving your work, guys. Good night, brother. Yes, good night. I'll see you tomorrow in your world, later on today in our world. Video podcast coming on. We've got live chat happening on that podcast, so you can see the stuff that we're talking about. It's a revelation. Yeah, isn't it just? What time is it there, actual Uncle Hemingway? Right, let's catch up a little bit. That's right. Oh my days. Oh my days. We are not worthy. Tony Tibbetts is in the house. Yes, Tone, you made it. You dragged your carcass out of your pit and you joined us live. So now, good morning, Tony. How you doing? Love it. What we got here? So brilliant stuff. Nico is in the house. Good morning, Nico. Good morning, wie geht's? Okay. Remember, Barney, this week, let's behave. Lovely to have you on board, mate. Just remind me, Barney, where you're tuning in from. Oh, you are joking. Oh, Cranfield. Seriously, Ian? One of my pals works there. He actually test drives the new Nissan cars on the Cranfield airfield. So, you are literally 20 minutes away from my house. So you decided to rock up on the manor when I'm out of the manor. So at least we got it covered. I'm glad. If there's anyone I want on the manor looking out for it, it will be you, bruv. Love it. Okay, we've got a shout out to a new slot car YouTube channel here. Thank you, Carl. So Solo Slot Car Racer for anyone tuning in. Let's check that out a bit later. Oh, Massimo. Oh, mate. I'm so sorry. And Nico, I didn't know you as an Avenger. I'm so sorry, mate. So Massimo at MP Slot Car, Nico at Slot Car Dude. Good morning, Nico. He's in the chat. Say hello to Nico, everyone. I'm so sorry I missed you off the roll call for the Avengers. That is bad. But you know what? We'll love you like brothers anyway. Right, let me... Yes, Tara. Daihi and I chat off air as well. He's a great guy to chat to. Did you imagine it? I'm not going there because we've got kids watching. Good morning, Rich. Good morning, mate. Good morning, Asher. I've nearly caught up. We can kick off with the having a look around at what's been going on around the slot car world this week that I found. Yes, I'm caught up. Right, let's steam onto it. Okay, put my face in the comments here for anyone. Forgot to put my ticker tape on, but there you go. Ever the professional. And someone, I think it was Paul the other week, said, any chance of some music? There you go. Let's get some dance music in the background. Yes. So just before we crack on with this, you're watching Sunday Slot Car Sessions with Pete here from Track Fans TV. Great to have your company on board. We're here every Sunday at 7:30. Small caveat, having a week off next week. We've been going 7 months straight. If you are enjoying what you're seeing so far, the community club that we're creating, the chat, we're here. Do me a favor, smash the like button for me. And if you're not subscribed, it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe as well, because unselfishly, it helps me push this channel out and you guys who are in the chat out to the algorithm, which invites people that are just typing slot car, Scalextric, polycar into the search box for the first time in 40 years as they get back into the hobby of age 4. They've just got into the hobby. They will see it. If you like it, if you subscribe to it, not just me, the other guys in the chat, then you are going to help everyone out and the hobby as a whole. So do it now, like it, subscribe it and share it. So what have we been looking at here then? Let's crack on. So just before I put it up, okay, yes, due diligence. So starting to get a little bit of breaking news from time to time from Marco and our friends over the pond at Electric Dreams. They are up and running now with race events, and I'm loving the momentum they're getting. So they've recently held the US Nationals. I do applaud you to go and tune in to both the Delion and DNA slot cars, because they both, and that slot car guy, of course, brother Travis, because they have done some immense coverage alongside Electric Dreams and Gold County Slot Car Association, GSCRA. Forgive me if I got that in the wrong order. They're great. So they are having another race coming up. In the future, there's tons of rules and regulations for the cars. I ain't reading them out because it's Sunday friggin' morning. Nearly let go there. And but it's good. It's good to see that not only are they doing big race events, but they're getting the momentum going for other race events as well. So Marco, hats off to you, bro. Well done, pal. This is what we like. MR slot car challenge. If you've got an MR slot car, maybe let me know in the comments which one you have. I personally have got the McLaren, the yellow and green with a Harrods livery. It is excellent. I love that car. It's a shelf queen now in admittance, but love that car nevertheless. So what else are we looking at? If you join me on the members live stream on Wednesdays, it's a Wednesday night member stream where we strip it back. There's less people, more chance to have chat and questions, and we do stuff and modeling, slot car tuning, track building, painting. We've got it all going on. It's a recently new thing. I think we're 4 weeks in now, 3 or 4 weeks in now. Last week we did offset bearings to lower a car. We did a new guides. So if you want your guide replacing an actual lower the front of the car, we did that. Next week, God help us, we're looking at installing lights into cars. Join us there. But yeah, fantastic. What I've noticed is that a lot of the members are now tuning the cars and they're getting faster lap times because of it. Now, next thing these guys are going to work on is getting a pit box together. So Daz is cringing now because he probably knows what's coming. And the pit box, what we might do maybe is Rahul covered it a few live streams ago with the Slot Avengers, where he talked about what's the go-to tool in your pit box, or what is in your pit box, you know, and he breaks it down and shares with the rest of us what's happening and how to build a box that you can take with you to the race event or the club and have the stuff that you need to race, but also to repair. Don't get me wrong, everyone in these slot car clubs or race events, it's a lovely community, and everyone wants everyone to stay in it, develop it, and nurture new people into it. So they're going to lend you a hex spanner. They're going to lend you a little bit of lighter fluid. They're going to lend you some tape. So don't feel that you've got to go out and buy everything now because you don't need to. And leading nicely in, you can actually do this on a shoestring budget, can't you, Dan? Taking it to the next level on a shoestring budget, Daz has actually created a shoebox pit box. So if you want to see, you know, Daz, you definitely watched Blue Peter and Tony Hart at Heartbeat when we were kids, didn't you? Because this is the sort of thing that I would do as well. So Daz here went for a race event at AIDS, Adrian Rolfe's place, who's in the chat this morning. Aid as well is working through some recent serious health challenges. So I hope you're feeling better these days, Aid. You must do, because you had the guys over yesterday. You had Darren and Cozzy in for a race around your track, huge track. And I tell you what, you know, fair play to you, mate, because these guys, I was speaking to Daz, he's had the best time yesterday. Here's what Daz is racing. So he's got his Group C's, he's got his Mazda, and he's got his, God knows, his Porsche, love that. And then Daz let us know what those other two cars are, so don't fall on my sword live on TV. Yeah, Daz, you knew it was coming, but I know you're all right with it. I wanted desperately to show this image, especially for the likes of younger track fans like maybe George, who's watching, who's around 5 or 6 years old. Definitely Albert and Wilfred, who are 9, sorry, beg pardon, Alf, 4 or 3, because you ain't got a lot of money. In fact, you got zero money as a kid, unless you're lucky enough to get out and get a Saturday, Sunday job. So the ability to create something, I'd say this box here is credible. It is a great starting point. You can have a pit box and you can go to your pals racing, just like Daz here. Now, I'm really happy with Daz for sharing this, because it just shows it doesn't matter how old you are, you know, how old, how big, how ugly, how plush and rich your friends might look. It doesn't matter. Focus on how good the racing is and how good, you know, the fun you have by slot car racing. It's what it's all about. Just thanks, Daz. Thanks for sharing this, my friend. And then incidentally, just as like a follow-up on Daz, because we've been following his track build, you can see his track here is he's been finessing his high banked curve. So Scalextric track, as we know, quick recap, generally anything that has a Track Fans TV logo on it, on your track, is going to get airtime within a heartbeat. I do know on the other two sides of that board are Travis from That Slot Car News. That is a great channel to watch. I tell you, Travis is knocking it out of the park at the moment with his news. And of course, on the other side, you've got, I think it's Magnetic Racing. It's either Magnetic Racing or Slot Car News. So Dave Kennedy's channel, as we mentioned, we're wishing him well. He's got some issues now. I'll give him some advice earlier. Maybe it'll help him, maybe it'll not. I don't know. It's up to him to take it. So yeah, so this is what we are looking at here. So as you can see, he's modelling his Porsche. I think it's, yeah, it is the 962, isn't it? But he's just put in his catch fences and he's beating me to it. So I'm going to put the catch fences around my polycar track. Cannot wait to get them set up. It's going to be great. Great indeed. So just catch up with this. Oh yeah. So I think Rahul. Now, see, Rahul, what'll happen is you'll go to a trade fair or a swap meet somewhere and you'll see a vintage. And then your head will be turned, my friend. You will be on board with pre-war, with all sorts of great stuff. Okay. So Pat's having a chat. Janu, how you doing? Good morning, my friend. Yeah, good on you, mate. You're watching it in bed. I'm doing it on the balcony. Love it. Yeah, but Dick, that's what it's about. This is a bit of breakout space time. You know, you can always pause me, nip to the loo, come back, watch it. It'd be fantastic. But no, Dick's really, I'm enjoying what he's doing, and I'm going to enjoy the future on his channel. That's DG Raceway, everyone. Tune into that live on YouTube. BTC, so BMW E30 M3. Love it. Thank you for the update on that. So if anyone wanted to investigate the two cars, the top two cars by the tape, BMW E20 M3 there. See, now this is what I call collecting on steroids. Rahul's got a goal. Rahul's having a chat with Rahul on and off air. As you know, we're good friends now after a couple of months getting to know each other. Lovely guy, absolutely lovely guy, Rahul. A lot of time for you, mate. And he has got certain plans. You know, in life, it's nice to have goals, something to work for, something to strive for, something to get out of bed, something to focus for. What am I doing? Why am I going to work every day? Work is boring if you're in a mundane job, obviously. A few of us start to find jobs we like now. But if you're in that rut, you've got to work for money. To have a plan, to have a goal like Rahul's demonstrating here, really helps get through that day, because you're sort of like, gotta go to work. Why am I going to work? To get money. Why do I need money? After rent and paying bills and being responsible. To buy slot cars, of course, or figures from Tara, or scenery buildings from Scalextric Magnetic Racing. That's what we need to do. That's why I'm going to work. And then all of a sudden work becomes relative, and you tend to put in a bit more and get a bit further. So keep focused. But Rahul's goal is to get to 1,000 cars. And then he says he's going to branch out and, you know, he's going to get a little picky. I don't think he will, Rahul. I think he's going to go steaming into the back catalogue at that stage. And if you do, let me know, and I'll let you know a few cars that you've got to find or look for. Maybe we should do that. That's one thing I like about the National Scalextric Collectors Club. If you're not a member, join that. I'll put a slide on a bit later where you can see the logo and understand how to become a member and be involved with them. It's a really good club. But every month they do a printed journal, and in the back of the journal, they do what's called an eBay watch, where they see like classic cars or they see collector cars, and they highlight whether they've been involved on sale and how much they went for. And I think that's a really good insight into understanding what is actually a valuable car. Now, that would be a great piece of content to do in the future. I might do it when I've got more car knowledge. But if you could find a Scalextric Bugatti from late 1950s or early 1960s, you're looking at sort of £500-600 for that car. So that now puts finding slot cars into a new dimension, because 600 quid for a car, I mean, that's almost inheritance territory, isn't it? It's almost like, I'll leave this one in the will to someone I really like. If I kick the bucket anytime soon, I'm going to literally have my cars divided up in my estate to go to certain people. So Daz, you're going to get all my Porsche 962 slotted. Rahul, you're going to get all my vintage custom builds. Slot R is going to get my BRM and Revo slots. Travis, you're going to get any HO that I collect from between now and the time that I kick the bucket and head for the box. Or fall off the perch. I love that term for passing away. Yeah, he's fell off the perch. Yeah, well, I figured there might be something up with that sign. Apart from the smudge on there that says Track Fans TV. No, do you know, you must have been asleep when we started. I haven't even looked. The place is, it looks like it looks a little run down. No, they don't do that anymore. That was so last century, Tara. Tara's saying she's clearly just watched Mary Poppins again with old Dick Van Dyke up and down the chimney. I can hear you all in the background now. Anyone who saw the original Mary Poppins is sort of broke into song like chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. I does what I likes and I likes what I does. And I am really happy to have got that into everyone's heads for the next week. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Brilliant. So yeah, Rahul, get to 1,000 and we'll talk some more about cars to collect. Yeah, big shout out to SlotTrack Scenics. They work so well together with Magnetic Racing because it's a different type of product, totally. SlotTrack Scenics scenery focuses on more classic Scalextric style of buildings, pits, fences, tyre walls, and all these things that are bought. So where you can see these green fences on Daz's catch fence, these green catch fences, they're from SlotTrack Scenic. SlotTrack Scenics. I have to get that right. There's another company that sounds just like that, but I've not met them, spoken to them, interacted with them. So anyway, but yeah. So if you know any chimney sweeps who are like, actually, Cameron, you're a bit of a slot car addict nowadays. Winter market is coming. If you can get your dad to whip you over to Lincolnshire, she'll do a direct deal with you on on a box in exchange for a chimney sweep. Yeah, Bo is just highlighting that Carrera issue cars out for fun. So you are going to be in that vicious cycle with Carrera for a long time, Rahul. Rahul is saying, yeah, GT3 and GTE. Oh, yeah, I love these cars. I can't race them for Adam. They're so fast, but I do love the GTE, the Ford GT GTE. I've got the Scalextric one. It was my fastest Scalextric car before the Lotus Evora in the Golf livery arrived. I think Sasha and Daihi talk about the Lotus Evora from Scalextric later in our video podcast. DK Moon has a bank curve on his Scalextric. 15-degree bank R2, much better bank available in HO. Yeah, they probably are. And as well, HO, I'm still learning about it. I mean, in January, don't forget, I thought HO stood for head office. It's been the source of much amusement for Travis over the last year, and now Magnetic Racing. They do like reminding me about my shortcomings in the hobby, but I'm learning. Yes, 1,000 cars is your max. No, it isn't. No, it isn't, Rahul. You will be up buying new cars when you hit the K mark. Talking about Ks, how could I forget? Thank you very much, guys. It's literally because of everything that you've been doing supporting me. I just broke 4,000 subscribers. I checked it out. I don't know. I went to my channel this morning to see who's in the chat, and I got some kind of fireworks going off, and it's saying that you broke 4,000. So thank you ever so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Right, Janu's giving it a shout out for a toy fair in Stafford, not Starford, Stafford. So he's going on, is that a motorbike or a push bike? So he's going, and can I bet Roger Barker might be there? Roger Barker's a great friend of ours in Roger Barker Slots and of course A1 Slot Racing, which is where our friend Paul goes. Ooh. We're getting into a bit of a collector's chat here by Bo and Rahul. So Bo's asking about 918 Spiders and 904s, and Rahul's going double tick, tick tick. Mate, can you put a link in? Are you able to do links? Or if not, tell us the date and the time that you released this video, because I want to see this drag shootout. And Andy and Ruben are in the chat, who are slot drag racers, so they also want to see that video. Oh, of course it's Mary Poppins the fingers. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even, no, I'm not going there. Yes, she does. We'll sweep past that one before Tara starts piping up. I know, it's even more on double entendre. Thanks, Daz. That's it. Smash up the likes. Thank you, Rahul. Appreciate that. Cheers, DK Moon. I literally checked it and it sneaked over, man. It sneaked over. I think it's like 5 or 10 extra on there. Going well. I mean, I'm enjoying having our chats. I kind of feel a bit guilty because I just opened the club every Sunday and, you know, we hang out. It's like hanging out and giving kudos to the slot car community. It is. Now, this is my piece of advice to everyone who's just starting up a slot car channel, a YouTube channel, or doing something on social media, be it Instagram, be it Facebook, be it Threads, be it whatever else we look at that I forget about. 4,000 subs hasn't come overnight. Please remember that I've been doing this for 3 years and consistently releasing videos every week, every couple of weeks. I think sort of mid to late last year, it was a slower turnaround. I was releasing a video maybe once a month, and that was purely because it's purely because of where my business was at before I took the decision to close it. I'm long past in terms of mental health. I'm mental anyway, as you well know. But in terms of mental health, letting something that you've run for 12 years and then making the decision to stop the party and closing it, that lead up to the realization that you need to stop it before it takes everything out around you, talking, you know, house, other businesses, bankruptcy and all that. I stopped it. I'm happy. I'm in a good, happy place. But in that realization of the build up, lead up to that, where I was establishing and beginning to understand that the writing was on the wall, and I slowed down the publishing of YouTube, I've got to tell you that when I did make the decision to close, and all of a sudden I had loads of time on my hands, I started to pick up and making the videos. The videos for me are really therapeutic. It is a tonic. I find making the video it's the sense of achievement for me, and the knowledge that I'm going to help someone on the other end by the video or make someone smile for the day, even if it's for 2 minutes or 60 seconds in Rob Sale's case, who's smashing out at the parks with his shorts. It gives me therapy to make videos, and it's just a buzz knowing that the videos are helping you guys or helping someone on your journey. So for me, just posting my videos, therapy along the way, keeping my head in the game mentally, being around for my family, for you guys, for my friends. It's just crept up on me. And that's the message that I want to give to anyone who's just starting out, like Lee's Slot Car Club. Dave Slottard gets it. He's exactly the same thing. His slogan is he's making videos for future Dave to look back on. And I get that. So just stick with it. You know, make the videos for you. Think about if you're making them for other people, how that comes across. Be yourself, have fun, never change yourself, and you will do well. That's why I love Delion. I love Wildman's Slot Car channel as well. He's just done a new track layout over at Wildman, new track layout over there. And then also he's done a couple of reviews as well. So he's sticking with it. A lot of people get to about 20 videos, or they get 6 months in and they might have 100 subscribers. Don't do it for the subscriptions. Do it for therapy. Do it because you enjoy it. And never ask for money. You know how I feel about that. If you need money, don't ask for it. Do something different, like set up a merchandise store or something where people can support your channel. They can buy a t-shirt, but they've supported your channel and they get something for supporting the channel and supporting you. I think asking for money is low. I think it's cheap. I think it's dirty. I think you should think twice about doing that. It's lower than a snake's belly. But or do other things, you know, use your channel for good. I see some people doing their channel to raise charity. I really enjoy that because you're sort of giving back to kids who have got cancer. There's two words that shouldn't be in the same sentence together. Yeah, Dave, exactly that, mate, exactly that. So you're going to get a lot of people that don't really like it, that you consistently post videos, but that's fine. Because like I just said, you ain't doing it for them. You're doing it as your own therapy release, or you're doing it like I did for Albert at the beginning. You're doing it to help someone who doesn't know. I watched Dave Slottar, you know, because he's engineer kind of, he pieces things together in his head and illustrates them better than I do on a technical video. I have a go, but if you actually want to nail it, he's got that covered. And then there's a new sheriff in town who thinks just the same way. And here's someone that I've just got on the radar, Hugh's Slot Car Garage. I got sent a link for his adaptation of Magnetic Racing's Ferris wheel. Wow, what a bit of film editing. See, for me, it's about the video as well as the actual track scenery. But he's got a Ferris wheel that we covered on here a couple of months ago, and he's done it up and it looks sick. He's gone, I'm not going to tell you what colours he's done, I'm not going to tell you how he's set it out, but if you're not tuned into Hugh's Slot Garage, Slot Cars, go and check that out. Go and get subscribed on that, because that is an amazing, amazing thing. Yeah, Daz, thank you ever so much for your support on the channel. Daz took that up. You know, he supported the channel. He bought some merchandise from me. If you're thinking about where to get that merchandise, then it's here. Fire your camera at that, hit the lens button, it will give you a link. That directly supports me and the channel. I'll never ask you for money. I just think it's a disgrace. You know, it's a misuse. It's just not right. Well, that's what I think. I mean, shoot me down in flames if you want. That's just what I think. But yeah, this is another thing. I was talking to, you'll see it in the podcast later. I was saying about coming on the camera. A lot of people don't really like to come on the camera. They're not sure about it. And it's nice that Dave here from Slottar has been talking to Hugh's Garage about it. Because they do voiceovers. So they'll make the video and then they'll do a commentary over the video. Which, if you watch my Le Mans coverage from earlier in the year, around the start of April, I try and do where I can coverage and commentary on the video that I'm making, so it's the here and now. But on the concourse, it's very hard because I don't know the technical specs on the day. I do a voiceover of that section of the video, and it's really good because you can actually narrate your voice to the video so that you're dropping the joke as the thing hits. On the day, you might miss that opportunity to do that. So I really like it. And Dave, as Shotgun Dave said, you could listen to Dave read the phone book and it's so soothing. So keep going, Dave. Don't ruin it for the rest of us. Keep making content, please. And yeah, you can do maths, all right? So young track fans, you ain't allowed to leave school nowadays until you passed maths and English, as my Lucas is finding out. Lucas passed his English exam. Lucas passed his English exam the other day. Not that I'm a proud dad or anything. So he's just got to pass his maths next and he'll be on it. Yes. I think Dick saw that as well. Dick saw the magnetic racing Ferris wheel. If you want to buy one of those, magneticracing.com is the website to go to. Get in there, get into their track scenery section, purchase one. Also, then go into their image bank, which is, I can't remember what it's called, but they've got loads of paint jobs that everyone like us send into them, so you can get some good ideas from them. Yeah, Rob's the same thing. And so is Conquest. Yeah, but Rahul, this is something that Dave and I were talking about, Dave Slotar that is, we're talking about on Messenger the other day. And it's like we talked about the shadow reviews. You know the shadow reviews? I'll put the slides on a second. The shadow reviews, there was about 30 reviews overnight for the MR Slot Car Shadow when that came out. And I watched 5 of them out of the 30. And the reason I watched 5 of them was not because I didn't see it on the first one. It's just because I really, really love how other guys present their material. So like Dave would do a voiceover of that review. Rahul, you would do one where you've got it camera facing down on the camera down facing shot and you're looking at it and then you do some funky like matrix video in on it and some high-tech camera work. And then you got other people that have different attributes. So I would watch the people that I resonate with. Whereas someone like Dick from DG Raceway, he would watch maybe another 5 people that resonate with him. So it doesn't matter that you're doing a tutorial like a Ferris wheel. I could do a tutorial of a Ferris wheel, be completely different to Hugh's Garage. But it's how it's, I'm not going into the psychology of humans, but we think in different ways and learn and understand in different ways. And you will get that from different people. So do your tutorial, Rahul. Because guess what? Dave at Slotar will watch that. He won't go out watching that because I've already done a tutorial. And we can all learn from each other and help each other. So that would be fantastic. Dick, is dead easy, mate. We'll chat about it on Messenger and I'll help you out on that. But for you, that will be an exceptional idea. Yeah, I heard there, Dave Slotar, that one of the US presidents couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. I think that's similar, isn't it? Yeah, customer photo section on Mag Racing, Dick, is like next level. And also, if you hop over to Facebook, you can find loads of great people there. You've got Magnetic Racing have got a community forum, a little bit like Travis, that slot car guy, has got a community forum, the same as Boone and Boone Slot Car Garage. He's got a community forum. Just lovely guy. They're all doing slightly different things, but brilliant. Yeah, I don't know who that is. It's a slot car, Daz. You know, to be fair, I'm like literally my Ferrari thin wall special from 1940 something or 30 something or other. I'm jumping up and down about it because I love it. Whereas people who are like into F1 or into, I don't know, rally are like, yeah, I don't get it either. Well, what's that vintage car all about? And that's what I love about this place, is that everyone loves something different, but we all share a shared love for slot cars. Yeah, you know that. I mean, seriously, Slotar is giving the fingers a run for his money on being everywhere. He never sleeps. These guys, I don't know how they function. So anyway, let's move on. I'm just chatting, talking about different things. What have I got next on the slideshow? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, Dan. Let me get rid of this comment. So Dan is not with us this morning, but he will be watching this back. So what we see here is Dan's bought a new chassis, 3D print WRS 3D is the name. I should have wrote this on here. WRS 3D or WSR. Might be WSR. Not sure. Not sure. I will put it in the comments later. But he's got this 3D chassis for his car. I love the top right-hand picture because it just shows that he's tuned it and he's got it quite low to the tuning plate there, and how good that looks when he's got the actual body that he's got for it on there. So I've circled up the bits on this 3D chassis and how it comes with the guide rail and whatever the hell that other bit is. I'll never know. So thanks ever so much for that, Dan. And Dan's looking forward to racing that on his track here. Dan had a track update. He's changed it around at the top end where the RS sign is. Just look at those little sort of shimmery chicanes up there by the, looks like maybe an R1, no, yeah, an R1 turn. Love that bit of detail. I mean, this is a classic example of having no space, but maximizing your slot car fun. Yeah, we're just having a look. I'm just catching up with the comments while I've been chatting. Yeah, Robert DeLeon, who ever so grateful, Rob, for you hooking it up at this time of night still. I mean, seriously, mate, A star to you. Gold star, A plus the lot. Because God knows what time where you are. How many Red Bulls deep are you? Yeah, he sums it up totally. And if you go and watch his video, Our Slot Cars Back, from his coverage at the US Nationals, he just takes us through the museum step by step, and you can just get a real feel for how vastly wide this hobby is. I mean, I've been tinkering, as I said before, for 3 years, but I would say I've been sort of right back infused into it for the last, since I started going racing up Rockingham. Probably 2 years. Actually, it's 2 years. It's September, isn't it? It's 2 years now. So 2 years now, I've been infused, and I still have no idea about half the stuff that is out there. Getting some kudos here, Dan. When you're watching this back later, mate, a few people are saying, good on you for this. Slot R here. You don't need a big track. And if you've got a smaller space, a real small space, HO scale could be for you. Dick is complimenting, so when Dick speaks, we listen because he knows. Some love from Dick to you, Rob DeLeon, about your hashtag slot cars are back video. I was just chuckling to myself because when I interviewed young Sasha, which you can watch later at 5:45 GMT time, she started to, even though she's been in Houston for just about a year, bless her, she's already started to pick up an American twang. So she goes, DeLeon. It's so funny. And I didn't pick up on it in the video. She's like, yeah, we met DeLeon. And I'll just think about like country singers when I heard her say that. Really enjoying. So Janu, he's got an F1 car from '94. Janu has, and he's got a collection going on. Yeah, so we've got for Conquest to throw this statement out, Rob. Take that, mate, because Conquest Rahul here knows tech. So for him to, pass comment on how good that was really good, mate. Yeah, thank you, Tara. You know, Dan's going to be doing some, where he started the scenery on this. Can't wait to see it progress, like yourself. And Daz, yeah, to be honest with you, Daz, I haven't got a shadow either. A couple of the guys in Rockingham have bought one and started to tune them up to have a go for Can-Am class. But I haven't got, and a few other people haven't got them. I think someone's got this, I think it's Scale Auto or SCX. I'm going to kill myself. Not literally. I'm going to, you know, have to think about that for not knowing about it. Is that Adrian? It's Deleon. Is it Raceway? No. Deleon Slot Cars. If you put Deleon Slot Cars into YouTube, Adrian, it will pop up like a Christmas tree. So that's Dan's track. Dan has actually kindly offered to send me his spare track to review Carrera track with. So that is a very kind offer. We're going to do it. I haven't replied to you, Dan, if you're watching this back, just because I hadn't had a spare minute in the last week. No, literally a spare minute. I've been burning the candle at both ends, going to bed past midnight and up again at 6. So I will get back to you on that. But that sounds like a great plan. And yes, the Fingers wants to see. Oh, do you do Hot Wheels as well? I believe you do, don't you, Rock Deleon? So all tune into Deleon. Fabulous. Right then, talking about tracks, everyone. If you are just joining us, so I like to do this because I see people coming and going. We've got a nice high count on people watching at the moment. Good morning, everyone around the world. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, anyone. You're tuned into Pete here at Sunday Slot Car Sessions. If you like what you're seeing so far, do us a favour, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, get on that button for us. Subscribe and smash the bell. And we can get this message out to more slot heads. So, tracks. Not last week, because last week we were doing an abstracted session, but the week before we chatted over all of our slot car tracks, our places that we go to relax, our breakout spaces, our chill zones, and what it means to us and how important these areas are. And I was overwhelmed, as everyone was, by the amount of tracks that people sent in. It was off the chart. So next, if you've got time on your hands and you want to have a look at some ideas for layouts across the board, from wood routed track to Carrera to Polycar to Scalextric to whatever I've missed, then go and check that out. Because the Fingers has been ill, and God willing you're on the mend, mate, he sent his tracks in the following week. So last week we had a look at his track. This week I said I'd do a before and after because he'd adjusted his track recently. So let's have a look at before and after. So on the left, no, hold on, I jumped ahead of myself. So what we're going to have to do is come back. There you go. So before and after. So the Fingers' track before is on the left, and you can see some real technical sections in the center. A few R2 turns there. Really, that is it's a great track. It will be it's got one speedway, quite slow because it's so technical. I think it's one of those, like I've done with my Polycar, try and fit as much as you can in on one space. So he's had that. I don't know how long he's been running that track for, but he recently redid it, and it looks like it does on the right-hand side, which if you go back to last week's episode, you can see that track on the right-hand side in different angles and at night where he's got the track lighting, and it is an amazing track. So go and check that out. But yeah, I just wanted to pop that on so you guys could get a feel for what the before and what the after was, because I did promise I'll bring it to you. Hold on a second. Travis, where is Travis out of interest? Is he in the gym? Hopefully he's doing what he needs to do. Right, so then we're talking, Tara's in the room, and Rahul's been really inspired. Now, a little known fact about Rahul is he has a big history in modeling and different types of modeling. So he's able to bring his experience of painting and modeling to slot cars. Tara gave us a great rendition on the video podcast recently launched about how to paint and how to do different things, techniques. Now, Rahul also does a bi-weekly show, as you can see here in the image at the bottom right-hand corner, called Track, Tech and Toys. I think when he gets to episode 10, he'll probably stop counting episodes, because selfishly, I just want this show to run forever, because what I get from this show is amazing. As you can see here, he's got some figures that he's been painting up for his track layout. This is one set of figures. What, Rahul, just before I move on, do you want that slide of the before and after shots? Is that what you mean? So you've got this one here, and I'm leaving it on the screen for for a minute or so while we're chatting, so you can have a good look around there. And then, of course, you got a slightly different angle, so you can see the different things that he's done here. It just brings a real moodiness to the track marshals. Like, I love the color tones. I love the fact that it's almost like, when you're making like when you're doing your photos or your videos in Instagram or somewhere like that, you can do filters. It's almost like he's got one of those kind of The Walking Dead filters on this, or Game of Thrones filters, which are very specific. When you watch the program, you know what you're watching because of the filters they use. It just looks like that, and he's really captured it here. I mean, the detail is like significant. I can't zoom in on it on my streaming software, but if you pay attention to the guy third in from the left, who's carrying the rake or the brush horizontally, I mean, if you look at the detail on his headphones, how he's got different color, he's got a shadow behind the headband on the headphones. Absolutely, not swearing because it's not the terminology we use in England, but that is literally cock on. Absolutely cock on, mate. I'll email it to you afterwards, Rahul. Absolutely no problem, mate. So let us just catch up. I'll put that other slide on for a second while I catch up with the comments. Yeah, the fingers a bit. You've seen the bit of action you've got there for your track. I totally earned, my friend. Yeah, Rahul, mate. Seriously, you are. I don't know if you know it. Well, you do know it, but you are humble with it. So I'm going to blow sunshine up your ass for a minute or two, because this is seriously good painting. And when Tara speaks about figure critique, we listen. And you've got an A+ there, mate, from Tara and Rob and DG. And actually, DG is tuned into Track, Tech and Toys video. So do go in. I applaud anyone watching this who's the silent majority, rather than the loud minority in the group, the silent majority that are watching or watching it back later. Stick that video on your radar. This was from this week. As you can see, the little red tab, I've just started watching it. Now, I'm a bit like what Rahul said about Dave Slottar a few weeks ago on the Slot Avengers Monday live stream that he does every Monday from 12 o'clock EST, or Eastern as I believe it's called. I'll watch it. I don't have it on in the background. I don't have it on when I'm traveling in the car. I don't have it on when I'm cooking, because I cook in our house. I literally need to sit down, like Dave at Slottar's videos, and watch it, because it just gives me so much, not just information, but I just love listening to these guys as well as learning something. And I mean, these paint jobs are just, yeah, well done, Rahul. They are proper. Yes, the fingers, your track is looking good. Highlighting is definitely give it those the depths and the shadows. Yeah, that's a good question, the fingers. Do you have guys come round, you know, like Marty over at Two Lines? That's Two Lines. He has his pals come round and they're racing in the background while he's doing his live stream. I love that because it's showing that kind of connection to the track, to the racing. He's bringing the hobby to life. Great question for Rahul. What paint did you use to do that? That's where it begins, the fingers, family and friends. Oh, sorry. No way. Correction, stop press, correction. These figures were painted on Sunday's live streams with Rahul. So my correction, I beg your pardon. Yep, so Slotar's already seen it. I haven't, but I will do. Good morning, Colin. Welcome aboard. How you doing? Good to have you here. And Paul, good morning, mate. Yep, no worries. There's a lot to catch up with. Some great chat earlier. We've been having a look at some, pardon me. We've been having a look at some tracks, some cars. It's been good so far. Rich, another worker on Sunday. Brilliant. And the fingers, yes, I agree. Absolutely spot on, my friend. Yeah, Dick, you'll never get everyone to like your video, but 27 likes is amazing. Thank you ever so much, guys, so far. See you later, Aid. Catch up with it later. We've got a couple of cars coming up. Yeah, you say they're super easy to paint, Rahul. There's a paint this version step by step. The paints I use, it's like cheating. No, it's not cheating, mate. It's. I would never rush a figure like Tara's explained to us, but I do like to do other stuff in my spare time, like race stock cars, have a tinker with them, do some figures, build some magnetic racing buildings from magneticracing.com. If you want figures painted, actually, then I do implore you to go to 1 in 32 scale, strictly figures. Nailed it! And speak to Tara direct on Facebook or eBay, and she can talk you through what she does and you know, her generous rates. Because personally, I think she's throwing them away. But that's her call. She does it like I do videos because it's therapy. She enjoys it. It's brilliant. Possibly not, Janu. I've got to get onto borrowing a car, but I have to. I want to go and race with Daz and Aid, Cozzy and Paul up at Aid's racetrack. Yeah, some love coming in from Lionel in Oxford for you, Rahul. Oh, stop it. Yes. So Rahul's going to paint 8 buildings in an hour on his live stream later on today. While we're chatting, Rahul, can you tell us what time that is in England, in UK time, please, mate? Or what time you start, and I'll tell everyone it's 6 hours ahead. Hey, Will, how you doing? Is it William or Bill from Buffalo? Good evening, mate. Or good morning, something. Yes. Oh, I love Sulk. If you don't know who Sulk is, mate, he's guys, gals, days. He's an absolute legend and a live wire. So anything can happen when Sulk's on the screen. He's one of the few guys that gets Rahul nervous while streaming. He's got a bit of a low threshold on his filter. So if you want to see the odd slip up and the odd banter, then definitely tune in at 5 p.m. Eastern time to see Rahul and Salk on the mission. Right, we saw the fingers track. So projects wise, I'm conscious that we're on an hour and 44 minutes already on the stream. So I'm probably going to say, let's go for 5, maybe 10 minutes more, and we'll wrap it up for the day. And we'll go from there. So just on that note, actually, I did say I'll remind you all before the end of the stream. I'm going to bring myself back on so you can see me say this and look in my eyes. Next week, I'm having a weekend off. So that's me having a weekend off. Never know. The show might carry on. It might not. I don't know. So keep tuned because you never know what might happen. I think it might be a good opportunity for a couple of other channels to maybe test the water, dip their toe in the ice on a live stream. Maybe do a collaboration, a couple of 3 people come on, run my show for the week, for the weekend. Give you guys a feel for live streaming, how it feels, how it runs. You would definitely get a lot of support. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll never pressure or assume anyone. But yeah, Colin, catch you later, my friend. Good to have your company, buddy. See you soon. But yeah, so next week I'm not in. Just taking that break. I will talk about projects the week after. A little bit of kudos for my pals at, just pop this up there, Slot Car Magazine. The September edition of the bi-monthly Slot Car Magazine is now available to buy in-store at Pendle or online on their website. You can go over, download a PDF. Bosh, it's there, it's in your inbox within milliseconds. Power of the interweb. And power of the internet. And also you can buy, like me, I'm a bit of a fossil. I do like having something for my money, which is what I was saying earlier. If you want to support a slot car channel, don't give them money. Either interact with what they're doing in the chat or something, or maybe get something for your money. So buy a mug, buy a t-shirt, buy a hoodie, buy your children some clothing. Liney, you can get George a nice Track Fans t-shirt. Like Andy won a competition and got Ruben a t-shirt. So that supports the channel, and it also gives you something that you can see moving forward. Another great way to support the channel is, let me just take this down a second, is by using, if you buy Scalextric, if you like their cars, their track, their digital chips, their buildings, whatever you like from Scalextric, if you're on their website, I know recently they were doing a 30% discount. However, that will not last forever because Hornby's corporate and they don't do that. But both Travis at That Slot Car Guy and myself have discount codes. So you can use Track Fans TV in your discount box, gets you 5% off, or use TSCG to support Travis. And that gets you 5% off as well. But to be honest with you, when you get to the checkout and you see, oh, discount or coupon, all you'll do is you'll hear Track Fans TV, and you'll know exactly what to put in the discount box. But if you can't remember that, then TSCG is also a great code that's going to get you a bit of bumps. It supports our channels and it supports you by getting you some money off. Hang on a second. Yes, Janu. I'm sorry, mate. I need to take stock. I think I don't, but I do. And the reason I'm doing it is because I've got a bit of a bash going on up in Liverpool. I'm driving up there in the afternoon, doing the event, and then I'm driving back at midnight. So I won't be home until about 3 o'clock in the morning. I've not got the ability. I've not got the talents of the fingers, Rahul, Slot R, in regards to being able to stay up 24/7 all the time. So I think maybe we've got some takers here. I love it. I love this indeed. So awesome. Let's chat in a week, guys. I'm liking the sound of this. And by the look of it, you're getting some kudos already. So Pat's in, DG is in. Carl, mate, have a good day, buddy. I'll speak to you soon. Let us know about that polycar track. Carl might be buying a polycar track from Pendle slot car racing. So Pendle slot racing, great deals on polycar tracks. Brilliant. I love it. Are you still not getting that? Right, Dick, we've got two trains of thought with this. I will investigate this in a minute. I've had some rough rocky roads with Google because Google's very difficult to work with since July. Since they've gone into this anti-corruption, anti-laundry, anti-everything, it's just ridiculous what you've got to do something. So, yeah, some more heads up for this. The fingers layout, yeah, we definitely want to see more of that. Yeah, there you go. So that is exactly what it's about. Chilling out Sunday morning, or in Rahul's case, Eastern time, Sunday afternoon, having a go, spraying some stuff up. They like me, they might get it wrong, but then they'll figure out how to get it right. So we make the mistakes so that your mistakes are minimized. You are going to make mistakes, I promise you, because we all do. So a few more minutes. Print the shirts through, hang on a second. So Conquest Lair is Rahul's merchandising shop. So if you want some Slot Avengers stuff or some excellent stock car merchandise, you can get that also from Rahul's Conquest Lair. He puts the link into all of his video descriptions, so if you want to check it out, go there. Thing I love about Rahul's merch store, like my merch store, is that it's all custom designed by myself or himself respectively. However, Rahul employs a local artist to come up with those designs. So he's actually in a circular economy. He's employing a local guy to give him the t-shirt that gives you the option to buy a t-shirt, which gives him some money to support his channel, to then support the artist to create some more t-shirt designs, etc., etc. Yeah, cheers, Mark. Thanks, Dick. Thanks for watching, mate. I will definitely do that. I think that could make a great video, live stream, But let's talk some more about it. I know how you feel about it, Slot R, but maybe if you had a wingman who's got that experience in streaming to bounce off of a little bit, that could be a clever idea, because it'd be a shame to shut the club down for a week. Because this is like literally our community. It's our therapy centre for this Sunday. Okay. In his descriptions, go to his descriptions of this video and you'll find it. It's right there already. Okay, guys, I think almost finished. I did say I wanted to give a shout out to the National Scalextric Collectors Club. Great bunch of guys, be involved. They are really driven. They do other brands as well as Scalextric, but the majority focus is Scalextric. It's not old stuff, because don't forget, if you're collecting cars now, you're buying cars now that are current. Porsche 911s, you've got GT3 cars or Formula One cars. In 5, 10, 20 years from now, they will be collector's items. So don't just think that a collector's club is full of old vintage granddads with like no hair and Zimmer frames. No, It's every walk of life you could think of. So do that and be square. And that is an old slide. So, guys, girls, people of all persuasions, don't forget it's Euro Pride here at Malta, so I'm going to include them. It's been a great show for something that I didn't think would last more than an hour. Once again, you smashed it out of the park. I love our club on a Sunday. It's definitely a community, a centre, a club, a slot car club, and we are absolutely smashing it right now. And it's only because you guys, or else it would be some old bloke sitting on the balcony in Malta talking to himself with people on balconies up all around me thinking, what the hell is that guy on about? So, but they got a good show, and hopefully they might have picked up on some YouTube channels that they can have a look at later. So thank you ever so much again, guys. I'm going to hit the end stream button now, and I wish you all the best today. Whatever you're doing, stay safe, have slot car fun, and I'll catch you very, 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 very soon with my next video, probably towards the end of next week, just to keep you in the mix. I'm not telling you what it is, but it's going to be good fun. Speak to you later, guys. Ta-ra a bit.